Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 60 of my Manchester City career. Now in today's episode, we're going to be finishing off the Season 3 and getting on to Season 4 of the Manchester City career mode. Before we do that though, we're going to go through a squad report, and then we're also going to get into the summer transfer window, see how we get on, assuming that obviously we keep our job. I'm assuming that. I hope that the board are happy with what I've done, despite obviously, if you didn't see the last episode, basically not winning the Champions League final. Now, if this is a bonus episode, then thank you all so much for that. Obviously, I don't know when I'm uploading these videos because I have to get them ready if it is a bonus episode. If it is, then I obviously really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for that. If it's not, then it's going up the next day, and it's just a regular episode as ever. Before we get into today's episode though, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, maybe you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on with today's episode. Let's go with a squad report. Now, we're going to do what we usually do, go down the whole list of players, see how much they got up by, and those sort of things, how many goals and assists that they've got during the season. As ever, if you're not interested in this sort of bit, then feel free obviously to skip ahead, but I know there's a lot of people that are interested to see the growth of individual players across the season, as well as their appearances, goals and assists. Without further ado, let's crack on with it. Edison here has gone up one overall, 50 appearances this season. Not bad really from him. Kyle Walker's not changed at all. He's had a decent season though for us in-game. Stone's going up 2, Tar goes up 1. We've got Danny Rose, who hasn't gone up this season. We've got Kevin De Bruyne, who's remained the same also this season. Well, Gundogan has remained the same at 87 overall. Raheem Sterling got up 2 to 88. Asensio there going up 1 overall. I've been pretty impressed with him recently. Neymar's remained the same since joining. Gabriel Jesus gone up 3. We've had Cancelo there go up to 85 overall, so he's gone up 1 this season. Suarez gone up 2. Company down 2. We expect that due to his age. He is also, by the way, staying as well, I believe, next season. Then we've got Ferreira going up 6 this season. Had a great season, as we expect. Moreno going up 2. Delph remains the same. We've got Aguero remaining the same. Gomez goes up 2. We've got Ferreira going up 4. We've got Lewis going up 4 as well, which is pretty good actually, some of these youngsters. Palacios going up 3 there, so pretty happy with him. Menendez going up 4, up to 66 overall. Cook remains at 60. Rivera goes up 12 for season. He's had a great season for us. Hill goes up 4 and hasn't played too many games. Alvarez has gone up 4 overall to 66 this season. Morales going up to 69, so he's gone up 5 this season. Gone up 4 there for him. And who else do we have? Diaz gone up 4 as well. We've got Castro going up 6. That's a really good season for him. Menendez, another player called Menendez, this time the keeper, going up 5 overall. He's got to try and do something a little bit more, I think, with him next season. 6 overall increase for Harrison. Martinez going up 5. We've got 6 overall increase for Rossi, 11 for Manuel. We've also got Carter going up 4 as well. Again, want to try and get him up a little bit closer to 80 overall, I think, next season. Richardson up 6. Got Gomez going up 5. Then we've got Diaz going up 2 this season. Again, want to try and grow him a bit more. Fernandez up 3. We've got Humphreys Grant up 2 this season. It's pretty good. Roberts going up 2 as well, which is nice to see. Selena there going up 2. Got Silva going up 2. Looking forward to getting him back from injury. Sol again going up 2 as well. A lot of players go up by 2 overalls. We've got Mendy going up 1 though to break that pattern. Mangala remains the same. And then on to the loan players, as you can see here, for those loan clubs that they've been at. Don't think we'll see any appearances necessarily there, but we have seen decent increases across the board on those guys. 4, 2, 4, and then 5 for Alfie Allen. So impressive stuff with those guys. Maybe they could have done better if they stayed at the club, but I'm pretty happy with that anyway, to be honest. And now we can fast forward through all of this. I'll do obviously some play drills, but I probably won't show you guys them unless something significant happens. And here we go, got to the end of the season. Let's fast forward and see exactly how we got on. End of season review. It should not come as a surprise to you that we have not entirely satisfied with our results this season. We have failed to achieve a number of objectives, thus fallen short of what we expected to accomplish both on and off the pitch. We were hoping for a stronger commitment and better results from you. That said, we believe you deserve another chance and would like to stay at Man City next season. Imagine winning the league and also winning the EFL Cup and it not being enough. They make it sound like I've just kept hold of my job yet again, but I've won the double, which is not bad. Final of the Champions League. Okay, in the FA Cup, of course, went out in the FA Cup in the end, but still, an alright run. We didn't go out straight away. We got in, I think, a few rounds in, but still, a final in the Champions League. Okay, we should have done better against Liverpool, no doubt about it. We were so unlucky in that game last episode, but a pretty good season overall. Yeah, we started pretty badly as well, but after that, we kind of just smashed everyone in the league, and we were miles in front of them in the end. Something I've got to try and sort out, I think, this season, is the amount of youngsters I have in my squad. I've got a lot of young players. I'm going to sign very, very quickly. Which ones are going to be loaned out? out, which will stay and which will be sold on. Got to try and sell someone, I think, this season. The board weren't very happy with me not meeting that objective. I tried to. I mean, I did sell actually one of my young players. For some reason, he didn't actually qualify. Don't know why that is. We've got to sort that out, I think, this season. Okay, so the moment of truth. How much money do I have to spend? £129.26 million to spend a wage budget of 325 grand. Okay, it's not fantastic. I was hoping for a little bit more, if I'm totally honest, but we finished off the season with like 3 million wage, £52 million in transfer budget. I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but we'll take it. It's enough to do what I want to do. We don't actually have to bring in that many players. It's going to be a lot of getting rid of players. So I guess it'll obviously do. It's obviously enough to be able to achieve what we want to try and do this season. Let's have a look at some of the objectives. These are some of the important ones for us to take a look at. This is a medium objective. Sign one youth player to the senior team in the same season. They're scouted, played in 10 matches as part of the starting 11 or sub. Should hopefully be able to do that. It's got to be in the same season though, so we've got to find another gem in our youth academy. Grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points. Play them in 5 matches, either sub or okay. So pretty much the same thing, just half as many matches. We'll take that. Hopefully that's something we can achieve. And surely if you achieve one, then you can probably achieve the other. Although saying that you have to grow them by 5 overall points as well. The next one is a critical objective, brand exposure. Gain £170 million earning from shirt sales. We should do that pretty easily. No financial one. Win the Premier League title, win the FA Cup, and win the Champions League. So pretty straightforward idea of what we want to do. Exactly the same as what we want to do, to be honest. Okay, so on to the pre-season. Now, I'm not really too sure exactly what to do here, because last season I did the pre-season. We did pretty well. We tried out a 3 at the back system. It worked quite nicely for us. And then we got into the season and it went dreadfully. We had a really average start, maybe even poor start, you could argue. But I don't know whether I should do that again or not. We don't need the extra money, so it's not really about like 6 million, 8 million, 10, whatever you get. It's mainly about trying to get the tactics right. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the team. I don't think there'll be that many changes in terms of tactics this season because we actually did pretty well. It's mainly going to be personnel, so I think we're going to decline to enter. We are going to, I think, just focus on bringing in players, getting rid of players, and not have those distractions of the matches in between. So we'll do that this season, I think. I think I might have just spotted Yaya Touré's regen already, potentially. Do you think? We'll have another look for him, but I was, obviously Yaya Touré retired in the last episode if you didn't see it, and obviously for Tottenham, he's no longer at our club. He retired, so I'm going to look for his regen at some point. Okay, so we're a few days into the transfer window. I was kind of waiting for my loan players to return. I don't know whether we'll actually see any returns this summer. Maybe they return, I think, in January, potentially. We've got a player returning from injury. That's Manuel. That's great news for him to be able to join at the start of the season. Bidding for Carter from Bournemouth. No intention of getting rid of him at all. Just trying to train him up, hopefully, over the next few weeks as well, because I want to try and get into 80 overall as soon as possible, so we can have a really good backup. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to show you the play drills, which I've started to do. I did one play drill so far. There was nothing really to show you, so I have not put it in. But these are the players I've gone with to begin with. Carter gets 2 drills. Ferreira comes in for 1, and Gomez is another player I'm going to focus on, because I think we could do with another centre-back like him, approaching our sort of starting 11 if we can. So he's going to be another option for us this season. I know we've obviously got the likes of Vincent Kompany who's decreasing in overall, and I'm fine with that. He's probably going to end up playing sort of like a John Terry type role at the club, so we're going to go with that. He's going to remain with us. He's not going to obviously be a starting player, but we're still going to have use for him, I think, in the cup games. We do actually have a couple of players, I think, returning from loan now, one of which is Pereira. He might actually be the only one. I'll sim another day or two, and then we'll focus on the players that we want to try and sell. We'll continue to list a few more players, which I have already started to do, and I think he's going to be the only player to rejoin us by the looks of it. Okay, so here we go. These are the 11 players which I've transfer listed. There's quite a few names on here, some of which you'll be more familiar with, others obviously youngsters that I don't think we're going to use or aren't good enough compared to the other youngsters that we have in the team. So we've gone with Morales here. He's 19 years old, 69 overall. Just don't feel like he's good enough overall. Don't quite feel like he's good enough for a 19-year-old. We have 70 overalls at like 17 and 18 and even younger than that as well. So we're going to transfer list Tim Fernandez, a player that I've not been so impressed with last season towards the back end in particular. Don't feel like he impacted us enough along with Roberts, so those guys are going to leave us, and that'll obviously free up a lot of space for other players to come in and play a little bit more. They've actually got quite big price tags for their age, so I'm fairly happy with that. That should get a little bit of money in. Rossi's another player who's not quite good enough, 18 years old, 64 overall, not good enough. Martinez along the same lines there. Palacios, again, the exact same. Lewis is okay, he's 71 overall, but he's 19, and that's just not good enough compared to the other centre mids that we have. We've got some like 17 and 18-year-olds a similar sort of overall to him, so we're going to get rid of him. Diaz will also leave as well, not good enough again for his age, and Selena's going to leave, another player with a decent price tag on him as well. Hill's going to go, because again, not quite good enough for his age, but he is quite a versatile player. Sadly though, hasn't been given that much game time. Humphreys Grant will hopefully leave this summer as well, and we've got a couple of players out on loan potentially as well to try and get out the door. Give them a year's experience. see how they get on at the end of that year, and we don't even know if we're going to be doing a 5th season yet or not, but we are going to send those guys out if we're going to assume that we will. Pereira's going to remain with us, 63 overall, 17 years old. I think he's got some potential, this guy. His overall stats across the board are fairly, obviously not great, but are fairly average, like, across the board, so I think there's something to definitely work on. Not many red attributes across there, and I think, 600 grand already is looking quite good. Exciting prospect as well. He'll remain at the club, but I think those guys will all be transfer listed, those 11 players. I'm going to wait another few days to hear about Kone. Now, I think he is Yaya Touré's regen. I've taken a quick look, can't see anybody else. It kind of makes sense, to be honest. A free agent, Ivory Coast centre mid, it makes sense. Don't really know what overall it's going to be. If he's not going to be good enough, then we won't sign him. I'm not just going to sign him for the sake of it. But we will continue to look at some other players as well that I've seen across Europe. And actually, this guy looks pretty good. We'll take a look at him as well from Valencia. And we've also got very clear instructions for the type of striker that they're looking to bring in this summer as well. Strong striker, that's what we're going to go with. Ideally a tall striker as well, but certainly strength is what we're after. That means that we might well have to make way for Sergio Aguero. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know whether it might work having 3 strikers at the club. I'm not really too sure yet. We've also got to take a look at these monthly scout updates as well. We're struggling to get these players into our youth academy. There's not that much space. Saying that, this guy can join us here, Pastore, a potential of 81 to 94, which is great to see at just 17 already. But there's a lot of players for me to go through here because there's a lot of months where I've not been able to necessarily sign players up because our youth academy is so packed. I think that might be the final space. Yes, it is. So we've got a lot of players to try and bring in from Youth Academy so we can free up spaces to get in players from these scouting updates. So what we're going to do is we're going to sim it another few days now and see how we get on over the next couple of days, see whether we get any transfer offers in, wait obviously on that Kone guy as well and see whether he's going to be good enough to join us. Bidding for John Stones, not a player I'm looking to get rid of at all. I've been fairly happy with him alongside Tar. Liverpool, £33.5 million, bit of an insulting bid really, 85 overall, 25 years old, and expects closer to 50. Oh, Atletico Madrid have won the race for Benteke. That rules him out as a potential signing for us. I don't know whether he was going to be one of the options, but certainly he's a tall and strong striker, so it made sense. Yeovil Town want to sign one of our players here on a 1-year loan. We'll let that happen. We'll send him out on loan there. Value's just under £1 million. I think he's got good potential, this guy. He can play centre attacking mid as well as centre forward, so a bit of a unique sort of player. You don't see too many centre forwards around. And yeah, we'll see how he gets on there at Yeovil. Okay, final scout report back on Kone. 68 overall, 18 years old. He's looking pretty good, actually. Left-footed, 6 foot as well. Decent acceleration on him. 68 overall, 18 years old. I'm trying to think whereabouts that sits. That's roughly the same as the other sort of youngsters that we have currently in the club. And I think we are going to approach to sign him, not just because he's Yaya Touré's regen, but I actually think he could be a good option for us. 18 years old, I think by the end of the season you could probably get into 75, I'd say. So I'm happy with that one. I'm going to go with it. We're obviously going to train up as well over a little bit of time, and I think sporadic first team play is probably a fair role to give him at the club currently. Okay, so there's a few players I've got my eye on at the moment. We're obviously trying to add certain types of players into the team. We're bringing back hopefully 1 or 2 players. We'll wait and see on that over the next couple of days. Not so sure how successful those bids will be, but we'll wait and see anyway. Transfer offer in here for Edison, another player I'm not interested in getting rid of. Typical, those bids coming in for players I want to try and keep. And that bid is £50.5 million. A decent size offer, but again, not interested in selling him. And Kone accepts the transfer offer that we have put in for him, £9 grand a week. Don't know whether we've got any space left. Probably not. Let's take a look. Oh, we do have some space for him, actually. That's probably filled us up, though, to be totally honest. We'll wait and see over the next few days, but still trying to get rid of about 10, 11 players, something like that. So, yeah, there's still a lot of players to try and leave. This could be interesting. Barcelona accepted a bid for Leroy Sané. Of course, the player that we sold in the January transfer window. He asked to leave. That's why we sold him. And we obviously brought in the likes of Neymar, Asensio, those sort of people. But I've gone with a slightly different offer here. We've gone with £30 million plus Suarez. Barcelona have accepted it. Don't know whether Leroy Sané will. I think it's worth a try. We're going to try and bring him back because I'm a huge fan of him. Hopefully now he's more willing to stay. We're going to go 220 grand and we're going to go, I think, a 4-year deal just to make sure he definitely wants to join. Make sure we obviously agree to all his demands. We'll go with that. Crucial first team player. Probably overcooking it a little bit with Crucial, but we'll go with it. We'll see how he reacts to that. Another player we're showing slight interest in, and I really mean slight interest, is bringing back David Silva. £11 million plus Selena was rejected. Not interested in the player that I included. And the reason why I'm saying slight interest, obviously we like David Silva, but he's kind of deteriorated a lot, as have a lot of big players, by the way. Ronaldo's 87 overall now. Just take a look at him. And he's gone down in his physical stats, as has Messi, as has David Silva. So yeah, these stats-wise, not fantastic. I don't think we'll go any further with that. £11 million plus a player that's worth 10 is, yeah, probably too much for a player that stats-wise doesn't look great. Okay, then. This has just got interesting. Oh my days, Leroy Sané is about to return. Denis Suarez is about to go back to Barcelona. We're about to get back Leroy Sané. £30 million plus Suarez, who's worth, I think, 40-something, 30-something, I can't remember now. But I've not been impressed with Suarez since joining, and I would like to try and move him on in order to get someone back that I want. So I think we're going to go with this. It seems like okay. We're going to wait before we can go with that. Seems like a strange bit of business, because obviously Sané asked to leave in January. Now he's happy to return, and that's obviously going to help us out massively. I'm a huge fan of Sané in game. He's fantastic for us. So I definitely want to try and get him back and get him back to a position where he's starting to grow in overall again. Also take a look at a couple of other players as well. 19-year-old, 73 overall, Borussia Dortmund player, 6'3", stats-wise looks really good actually, pace-wise looks good. So yeah, player we're monitoring, I'd say. We're not quite going in for any bids or anything like that just yet. Also another player as well I've been scouting. Is he any good from Valencia? 71 overall, 19 years old. Not as good as I hoped. Again, it's very much a case of good pace. Not too much else, really. I'd want more for his age. 71 overall. We've already got better players for their age as well. On to some more play drills this week. We should hopefully have some progress. The exact same players that have been training for a couple of weeks now. Carter goes up to 76 overall. Gomez went up, I think, last week to 66 overall. So he's looking much better now as well. Carter's not too far off 77 overall. So I think we're going to have a pretty good season with him by the looks of it. Okay, because I'm desperate to sign Leroy Sané, we're going to release one of the players that I had transfer listed. Nelson Palacios will leave us. And that means we can finally get in some space for Leroy Sané. Just don't want that contract offer or the negotiations to expire or anything like that. So we'll get that one done straight away. £30 million plus Suarez. And Leroy Sané returns. Not yet decided how much game time he's going to be able to get with us, but it's obviously great that he's returned. That's the main thing, adding more quality into the team. And more importantly, he's going to score more goals than someone like Denis Suarez was going to. I know they're in different positions, so that's understandable, but I think Leroy Sané is going to add a lot to the team. We're obviously looking to get rid of the likes of Fernandes, the likes of Patrick Roberts. So there's space there, I think, for someone like Leroy Sané to get into the side. But Adam Silva coming back as well, so we've got a big squad this season, I'm expecting anyway. We might have to get rid of someone like Moreno or Ferreira, not too sure yet. Ferreira, of course, has a great potential, so maybe not him. But Leroy Sané is getting into the team some way, and we're going to make sure he gets into the side as much as possible, and he grows as well, because he should be better than 87 rated. I mean, look at those stats. He's doing incredible stuff. So hopefully he's going to have a really good season for us. I'm just praying now that we can get ourselves all the trophies this season. So now we've pretty much just got to sort out the striker situation and then maybe add one or two other some more rotational players, I suppose. The strike situation is a tough one because we're looking for a player that doesn't really exist, to be honest, on this game anymore. I look for someone that's a little bit taller, a little bit more physical. Jovetic is an option, 81 overall, okay, not great, but he's certainly an option. A little bit taller, like I say, more of a physical threat in the box than someone like Sergio Aguero or Gabriel Jesus, but just don't know if there requires enough quality for us to get rid of someone like Aguero and bring him in. It's kind of not really a good idea at all. So if he was to come in, it would be for maybe not Sergio Aguero, it'll be as a third striker in the squad maybe. But again, just don't know if we can really afford to have three strikers. One player that does kind of fit what I'm after, if we were to get rid of Aguero, is someone like Aubameyang. Now, he obviously has the pace, we all know about that, but he's also got some decent height. He's 6'2", he's got great finishing. I think he's not too bad in the air as well. 79 heading accuracy is pretty good. Strength-wise, 77, so he's actually more of a physical presence than someone like a Gabriel Jesus or Sergio Aguero up front. He would be a good option. I'm reluctant a little bit to put in a bid straight away because I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section of not just this video but also the last video as well. So I might just hold fire on that one a little bit. We might wait until the end of the transfer window to confirm that one. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do I sign Aubameyang as a first and foremost? But also, do I get rid of Sergio Aguero as part of that, or do we try and bring in Aubameyang as a third striker? Or should we just get rid of Sergio Aguero, who might well be starting to go down in overall? I'm not really too sure. He's obviously approaching, I think he's like 31 years old now, so you know, he's getting to that sort of age where he's probably going to begin to go down in stats this season. So 88 overall, £44 million, 31 years old. Let me know your thoughts. What should I do? Sergio Aguero obviously being a great player for Manchester City, but is it time now to try and bring in a different striker, someone that's obviously going to suit us a little bit better, with more height up front? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll read and reply as usual. On to some more play drills, exact same players yet again this week. I'm expecting good things actually from some of these guys this season. They look pretty promising. Got Gomez going up on a few stats here. We've got Ferreira also doing the exact same. And yeah, Gomez I think could be a really good player for us. We're taking a look at that Dortmund centre-back, you know, the one that I showed you a little earlier on. We're putting a bid for him. That's going to be a loan deal with a £10 million future fee. Let's see what they say. The club is unsure if we wish to allow this player to be sold at the end of the proposed loan spell. So currently we're going to politely decline to do business. Yeah, a little bit frustrating. I thought they'd maybe go for that, to be honest, with a future fee, but clearly they're not interested. So yeah, either I can increase the future fee or I can just kind of go with a 1-year loan. And to be honest, I think 1 year loan might just be best. So that's exactly what we're going to do. 1 year loan deal. We'll see what Dortmund say to that. I'm assuming they'll just accept it. And then at the end of the loan, we can maybe purchase him separately to that deal. Okay, so I think we should pretty much end today's episode here. I'm reluctant to go too much further, to be honest, because obviously I need to know what you guys think about the strike situation, what to do with Sergio Aguero, these sort of things, which of course I can't see from when I briefly mentioned it last episode as well. So I don't yet know what you guys think of that, whether you think it's a good idea or not. So I think we're going to pretty much have to leave this episode here, and we'll decide next time round what we do with Sergio Aguero. The aim really with this team is of course to try and take it to the next level this season. We've got to try and win everything. That was also the plan last season. We didn't quite manage to do it. We weren't too far off in the end, obviously getting to a good Champions League final, which we lost pretty badly, to be honest. I mean, I say we lost badly. We lost 1-0, but the way we lost wasn't obviously great, and we're going to try and redeem that this season. To be able to do that, though, we have to bring in some players. We have to, like I said in last season, also move away a little bit from the realism which we've had in previous seasons. Leroy Sané coming back, though, will be obviously good for that side of things, because it was a shame to see him leave. Hopefully you guys are happy about that. I certainly am as well. I really didn't want to get rid of him, but obviously, you know, he has to leave at the time, and now he seems happy to come back, and we seem to convince him pretty easily, so that's a bit of a surprise for me, to be honest. But like I said, that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or maybe haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to also comment in the comment section below about the Aubameyang and Aguero deal. What do you think about those guys? Should I buy Aubameyang? Should I sell Sergio Aguero? If not, who else should I sign instead? Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD and also Instagram at GameFaceHD as well to stay up to date when these videos come out and also get a little behind the scenes stuff as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.